How was everyone today? We're back out here again making another video. As the title suggests, this is a little bit different video than I normally do. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody that has subscribed. Broke 100 subscribers, which is a pretty big feat. When I started this, I didn't think I would get too many views. Kind of doing this for family and friends and myself, and it's kind of taken off. I've really enjoyed talking back and forth with people that have ideas about how to make the bike better. I have a lot of questions. People ask specifically about the electric bike to see if it's something that they might want to buy. So I thought I'd do a video real quick, just talk a little bit about, is this bike for you? A big question I get, are the brakes good? How's it go up hills? How about the tires? Are they too loud? Have you had any problems with, the lights, the batteries, the seats, the handlebars? Are they too small? Do we need wider ones? The list goes on and on and on. This video, I thought I would try to sort of wrap all that up into a video, and just kind of give you an idea of why I chose this electric bike. When I started out, I compared. I'm a huge research person. I'm a history major. I love history. I love researching stuff. And I research everything to death, even if it's a pair of shoes. I can't even decide on a pair of shoes until I do a lot of research. But to put it in a nutshell, I can't tell you if this bike is good for you or not. I can tell you that it's good for, a person that's around 300 pounds. It's well built, super duper sturdy. The 500 watt motor carries me around just fine. You've seen some of my climbs up pretty steep hills. You've seen me come down some pretty steep hills with these mechanical brakes. A lot of people say they have issues with the brakes squeaking. I've really never had that issue. Usually every 3 or 4 rides, I take some brake cleaner and clean the rotors. And those of you that are newbies on bikes, the rotors are right there. The big silver things that your caliper squeezes on. I just wipe that down with brake cleaner every few rides, whenever my brakes start to sound like they're grinding, just to get the dirt off of there. But all these bikes are made with basically the same parts. They come from Taiwan, China. They're shipped over to the US, and then US companies gets their hands on them, puts them together if they haven't been put together already, and ship them out to us. The good thing about it is, the good thing about this bike is it is an American company that ships them out, so you do have somebody to call. They've got great customer service. I emailed them one time when I first got it, just a minor issue. They emailed me back within the day, and they got it lined out real quick, and I've heard nothing but good things about them. They've sold thousands and thousands of these, so if they don't get back to you within a few hours, you can't hold that against them, because a lot of places you can't even get in touch with people. But the big thing I wanted to talk about is, how do you choose? There are a lot of bikes out there that look like this one. How do you choose? Do you choose, one that looks like a mountain bike? Do you choose one that has a more upright sitting position than a 10-speed type? What size motor do you need? This, that, and the other. The first thing that I did was I actually looked at my state law. State laws with e-bikes vary. In this particular state, West Virginia, I looked up the laws. Any electric bike with a motor of 500 watts or less, and that could only reach 20 miles an hour, which would be a Class 2 bike, is allowed on all of the trails that any other bike would be allowed on. You don't have to register it in this state, and you're good. Now, as everybody might know, with the electrics, you can unlock them, and in Pedal Assist 5, if you're moving the pedals, you can get up to 28-30 miles an hour. That'd be a Class 3, but they ship as a Class 2. They've got stickers on them that say Class 2. Let's see if it's right here, maybe. Yeah, right here. If you can read it or not with the sun the way it is, but it says this is a Class 2 e-bike. Top assisted speed is 20 miles per hour, 500 watt motor. So it kind of tells you right there that we're within the law in this state. Some states, they don't allow e-bikes at all on bike paths. Some may allow a bigger motor. Some may not allow a throttle driven bike like this one. These have throttles as well as pedal assist. That is allowed in this state, again, as long as it's a 500 watt motor or less. Some states may not let you have a throttle. These are some of the legal things that you need to think about before you get a bike. For me, I had to make sure it was a sturdy bike. I had to make sure that the weight capacity was about as high as I could find, because a lot of them, are, around 200, 250 is a cutoff. This one's higher. When I first got it, I think the cutoff was 260, 75, maybe it's up to 300, I'm not sure. I weigh about 300 and it works just fine. I have no problems at all. I think anything with a thin tire is going to be tough for me. I like these tires. Being thick like they are, they support my weight a lot better. I don't mash the tires down like I do on a regular mountain bike. They're kind of like motorcycle tires. So they are knobby. You can go off-road with it. You can be on the street with it. Just all kinds of good things for me. This bike comes with fenders. It comes with the rack that you see. Comes with everything you need. I wish the battery was a little bit stronger. This is a 10 amp, 10.4 amp hour, I believe. I've heard some people are able to find some 14 amp batteries and switch them out. That would be great. I'm probably going to get another battery, even if it's just the 10.4 amp hour, just to have, so I can go on longer rides. Any ride around 20 miles or so, I get a little bit nervous if it's not on pavement, as one of my videos showed, on the gravel or dirt. That really eats your battery up quick too. So these are some of the things that you have to think about when you first look up bikes. Next thing you want to decide is, what do you want on the bike? Are you okay with no suspension? This bike doesn't have any suspension except the tires that's on it. If you really need suspension, you can get a Cloud 9 or any other seat that has a little bit of spring on it. You can get a new bar with the shock absorbers on it. That's fairly easy and fairly inexpensive. So if that's what you're looking for, you can buy those and put them on. This thing comes with a rack. The rack and fenders are a lot of bikes out there, they don't come with those. And I can tell you, if you ride whenever it's rained or raining, fenders are really nice to have. And it rains quite a bit here. You can't go more than 5, 6, 7 days without some rain, so it's nice to have fenders to keep yourself clean. And then the other thing that you have to think about is the price. When I was researching these, I was looking at Rad bikes. I like the Rad Mini because it folded, just like this bike does. While I was looking at the Rad, I think it was 1,600 bucks or something, 1,600. I was going to get one and for myself, and I started thinking, you know, if I get one for myself, I'd like to get out with my wife, and it would make it really tough for her to keep up with me, you know, me having a battery powered bike. So I started thinking, well, I'll need to get 2 of them. Then I started adding that up. That is a big chunk. I don't care who you are, that's a lot of money. Then I came across Lectric, and I saw a lot of reviews online. A lot of people liked them, and they were under $1,000. So I started thinking, man, I can get this bike, 500 watt motor, throttle, pedal assist. This thing has cruise control. It's got fenders. It has a rack if you want to carry anything on it. You know, it's got Shimano gears, or Shimano derailleur, Shimano brakes. Not top of the line Shimano, but it's a brand name, decent. They do the job. It's got the chain guard, the way that the front cog wraps around the chain so you don't get your pants caught in it. It's got a front and back light that come with it. The back brake does not light up like a brake. It just stays on all the time. It's got folding pedals. You know, any little thing like mirrors and things you can add. Like I added this one right here. This is the Hafni mirror. Just screws into this end. I think I showed on one of my videos how easy those go in. I got one for mine and one for my wife's bike. Got the Cloud9 seat. Those are the only 2 modifications I've made on this bike, and for a person my size, just can't beat it. Now, if you're buying one bike and you want some suspension, you want all the top of the line stuff, and you've got the money to get it, go for one of those. You can get that stuff to put on this bike, lay out $900 to start with, and you can just add pieces to it. You know, the seat shocks, the front fork shocks, you can change handlebars, you can do it all at your leisure when you get money for it, and kind of build on it and work on it if you like to do that type of thing. So anyway, those are most of the major things to think about. You got to find a bike that's legal in your state. You have to decide what you need on the bike versus what you would like to have in relation to the price. And this one here just checked all the boxes for me. Lectric XP. I got this one for myself, and then I got a white step through for my wife. That's the other thing you have to think about, how easy you can get on and off of bikes. My wife has a little hip issue, can't raise her legs up very high, so we got the step through. Has a little bit less ground clearance, but it's very controllable when you get off the seat, especially if you're a shorter person. It's just hard to beat the step through. Again, if you're under, say, 5'5" or so. You also need to, like I said, you have to decide what seating position you want to be in. With this bike, the way the seat and the handlebars raise up, you're pretty much sitting straight up and down, which is really good if you have back issues. If you have those back issues, you probably want some shock suspension on your seat, on your seat post. But again, you can add that when you need to. So, you know, there's other bikes out there that are faster. One that comes to mind readily is the Onyx. I think those bikes go up to, I don't know, 50, 55 miles an hour. See, those bikes would be illegal in this state. I don't know if you can tone them down to a class 2 or not. Haven't looked into them that closely, but there are bikes out that are faster. You can get it, 750 watt, 1000 watt, 2000 watts. You can make them yourself, and I guess go as big as you want. But again, this one was big enough for me. The 500 watt motor on this, it actually has a peak of 800 and some watts, and you can tell it's got some get up and go. It picks you up and goes with you, even if you're large. So it just checks all the boxes for me. But anyway, these are some of the things you need to think about if you're getting a bike. In no way, shape, or form am I affiliated with Lectric. I don't get paid by them. I bought this bike with my own money, but I'm just really happy with it, and have a lot of folks that watch my videos that are interested in the Lectric, trying to decide if they should go with this or something else. So it just really depends on what you're looking for. So I hope this helps out. I'm out doing a little bit of riding now, but I decided just to kind of go on my own today. I didn't feel like putting on all of my equipment. I thought I'd ride down here where it's a little bit quiet and talk to you a little bit about it, and just give you some information. I've had a lot of questions lately about it, and go ahead and keep sending in questions. I really like to communicate with folks. Saddle Tramp, he's been communicating quite a bit. He's got a lot of ideas. He's worked on bikes all of his life, and he's a real bike enthusiast. He's given me a lot of ideas as well, and changing the gears back here, that is one thing that I think I would like to do, so that I have a little bit more pedal when I'm in 7th gear to keep up with the bike. You could probably go a little bit faster with that too. I think it's the little cog, I think, is 11 tooth, I believe, and I think this one's, Saddle Tramp will probably correct me, but I think this one is like 18 or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a huge analytics guy when it comes to these things, but I do appreciate the comments that keep me straight. So anyway, I'm not going to make this one too much longer. Again, I just want to thank everybody that's stuck along this long, and thanks again for 100 subscribers, and hopefully we'll get more, because I like talking to folks about the electric bikes. I just got into them last year, so they're really new to me, so I learn something new every day when I get out and ride or talk to somebody. And so anyway, again, appreciate you hanging with me, and I'm going to head back to the house and pick my daughter up at her friend's, get her home for dinner. So we'll see you next time. Next time I will be out on some kind of ride. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to go this time, but we'll find a place. So thanks a lot for hanging with me. We'll see you next time. Be safe out there. God bless. We'll see you next time.